Well, welcome to another episode that nobody asked for a series that nobody watched. I had a brief spark of interest in Minecraft after almost 3 years of barely touching the game at all, and I figured I would share my reintroduction to the game with an audience who couldn't give a flying fuck about what I do with my spare time. Anyway, at first I tried to record this episode in real time, but then I remembered that's what everyone else does, and watching someone struggle through Minecraft like it's their first time is just not something anyone wants to watch. My first order of business was attempting to reconnect to the server of episodes past, but of course after 3 years it was dead as a doornail. Unfortunately for me, there's a shitload of servers doing the exact same thing, but none of them are easy to find. Apparently drug servers aren't that big of a deal anymore, what can I say? Nonetheless, I found a new server and I've put the IP in the description, please don't sue. I kicked off the new server by first dying and then finding a suitable spot to punch my way down to bedrock. Once there, I scraped the area out a bit, claimed it for my faction, set up the basics, and then I got my drug kit. I decided to set up a pretty standard sugarcane farm system with a pretty efficient design, at least efficient enough for my purposes. I feel like the plants grow especially slow on the server, as I ended up waiting a ridiculously long time for just the first few plants to grow out. While I was waiting, I realized the drug servers are really goddamn boring because you have no incentive to actually do anything interesting besides farming. I figured I'd do the episode though because I had over 11 gigabytes of footage already and I felt like actually finishing something for the first time in my life. While waiting for the farm to come together, I realized I didn't give a fuck what anyone in chat was saying, so I went ahead and made that shit as small as I could. Thank God that shit's gone. Minecraft players are cancer. After a fairly long AFK period, I had quite a bit of cane ready to harvest, which was pretty exciting. And then I went to work on expanding the farm and getting it ready for an industrial type grow. After realizing chat was sometimes useful and turning it back on, I noticed that the cane was growing a hell of a lot faster than when I was just AFK, and it didn't take too long before my farm was filled for the most part. Once I tidied up the faction home area a little bit, things started to actually look okay. Ooh. After actually completing the first section of the farm and harvesting 2 full crops, I sold my cane and got a rank up. Not a bad start for the first few hours of effort. I almost felt like I did something productive, but then I remembered all I did was build a virtual drug farm. I went back and looked at the previous episodes of the series and I didn't really remember the scope of that base. Although the videos were pretty cringy, the base was huge, mostly because I had no life and played Minecraft like 5 hours a day when I was 14. But still, that thing was fucking immense. I don't think I'll get back to that level. The spark of interest I had is almost dead already. But why don't you be the deciding factor? I'll be looking forward to seeing all 30 of you viewers.